For decades, racial segregation was found in almost every aspect of Texans' lives. African Americans were excluded from some places entirely. Big amusement parks often allowed black customers to visit only one day a year, Juneteenth. Other businesses welcomed the money from African Americans, but still placed restrictions on them. Movie theaters had blacks-only balconies and only allowed whites to purchase snacks at the concession stand. Citizens of color were welcome to shop in big department stores, but were forbidden from trying on or returning clothes. Most Texas restaurants were either all white or all black, and it was all completely legal. By 1960, thanks to court victories by civil rights organizations such as the NAACP and bold action from a few forward-thinking local politicians, some government buildings, including schools, courthouses, and libraries around the state, had become integrated. Most privately owned businesses, however, remained rigidly separate. Marches against segregation became more widespread in the late 1950s, but at the start of 1960, a new form of protest emerged, led primarily by college students. It was the sit-in, and the first target was department and grocery store lunch counters, the fast food restaurants of their day. Only 1 month after the first sit-in was held in Greensboro, North Carolina, a dozen students from Texas Southern University in Houston occupied the lunch counter at Weingarten's Grocery on Alameda Drive, south of downtown. White employees ignored them, and some customers surrounded them, taunting and name-calling. The students were not served. Undeterred, they continued to gather for sit-ins at other segregated Houston businesses. Their actions eventually started a behind-the-scenes end to segregation at lunch counters, though the student protesters didn't even know it at first. Local business leaders, mostly white, did not want to see Houston erupt with violence that had visited other cities around the country. They used their advertisement buying power to see that the media did not report the integrating of the popular places to eat. Within 10 days of the first Houston sit-ins, students in Austin, Galveston, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi followed suit. Not every Texas sit-in campaign brought positive results. In Marshall, students from Wiley and Bishop colleges sat down at the local lunch counter at the Woolworth store. The manager promptly closed for business. The students were back in the next day, and by day 3, police put them under arrest. Within weeks, large number of the teachers at the 2 historic black colleges had been fired, and dozens of the arrested students faced trials until late summer. As for the lunch counters, stores in Marshall removed them altogether. Civil rights victories came slowly in the early 1960s, and often a little bit at a time. In February 1961, students across the United States held stand-in protests that called for full integration of movie theaters. The events took place in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. But success was not so immediate as it had been with the lunch counters. Finally, in 1964, President Lyndon Johnson signed a Civil Rights Act that opened public businesses to everyone, regardless of race, color, sex, religion, or national origin.